Okay, so hi, it's been a while. I feel like this camera angle might be completely off because my camera looks really tall and also really far away. But I'm just going to go with the flow and hope for the best. So, for my grand return to booktube, my first video is going to be a May TBR. What day is it today? May 9th. Am I doing a May TBR anyway? Yes. So tomorrow actually, I have a surgery, which means I'm taking a week off work after that, and I'm going to be doing a lot of sitting around at home and doing nothing. And instead of doing absolutely nothing, I'm going to be reading. And I have a selection of books, which I believe I will try to read during this time and for the rest of May. And I'm going to share them with you. Wow, I forgot how, awkward it is sitting in front of camera. So as it turns out, all of the books that I'm going to be reading in the month of May are library books, because when I returned to the United States I went a little bit wild at the library, wanting to get a ton of books. So I have a ton of books out right now and I need to read them because they are all due very soon. So I'm going to start off with the book that I'm currently reading, which is I'll Be the One by Lila Lee. This is about a plus-size girl who enters a K-pop competition, a competition in the US to find people to have the opportunity to debut in K-pop. And our main character, Sky Shin, wants to be the first plus-sized idol. She wants to be able to debut as a plus-sized girl while not compromising any of her values and using her presence and her personality to hopefully change the K-pop industry. I'm actually I am exactly 198 pages into this book, so a little bit over halfway, and it's going pretty well so far. The older I get, the more challenging it is for me to find YA books that resonate with me, just usually because of writing style at this point, and certain issues I have with the characters that I probably would not have had when I was closer in age to the characters. But overall it's fun, it's cute, I'm enjoying it, and I like the representation. This actually has both plus-size rep and queer rep, which is really cool. I was not anticipating it when I went into this, and when the main character said she was bi, I was like, oh my god, that's so exciting! And I'm going to keep reading it. I'll probably finish it either today or tomorrow, honestly, so by the time this video goes up, it might not even be on my May TBR anymore, and it will be on my May R for read. The next book that I want to read before the end of the month and during my convalescent period is Sorcery of Thorns by Margaret Rogerson. This is a book that I've had checked out from the library for a while and that has been on my TBR for even longer because I read An Enchantment of Ravens by the same author and absolutely loved it. I thought it was so much fun, and I was surprised how much I liked a book, like a fantasy book that was so, comparatively short to other fantasy books. This is a little bit of a longer book, and I've heard mixed reviews about this one, but I'm excited because it seems very bookish. A library and sorcery and grimoires are kind of at the center of it, and I don't know a ton about this book. I kind of want to keep it that way because I remember being pleasantly surprised by the things I wasn't prepared for when I went into An Enchantment of Ravens, and I'd like to have a similar experience with this. Hopefully I'm one of the people who enjoys it and not one of the people who's disappointed, because that would be kind of sad. But we'll see how it goes. Maybe I'll update at the end of the month. Maybe I'll never post a video again. Who knows? Never let them know your next move. I'm literally sitting here because I didn't prepare for this video ahead of time, and I'm like, let me read the inside cover of these book jackets so I can give a little bit of a synopsis. So the next book that I want to read is Charming as a Verb by Ben Philippe. This I totally picked up because of the cover. I just think it's so cute. I love the art style. I love the dog on the cover. The characters just look so cute. So this is a book about a boy who goes to a prestigious academy in New York City. He's a first-generation Haitian immigrant, and he really, really, really wants to get into Columbia University, and in the process he's also working on the side as a dog walker. And he, I guess, has a run-in with one of his classmates who figures out something not so honest about his dog walking scheme, from what it sounds like, and they end up working together to keep his dog walking business afloat, to help her improve her image at school. It just sounds super cute. Again, I was totally charmed by the cover. Haha, charming? I was charmed by the cover, and I'm hoping that I really enjoy this book because it sounds really interesting. The next book that I have on my TBR is The Bronzed Beasts by Roshni Chokshi. I actually have been reading this series, I took a little bit of a break. I really enjoyed The Gilded Wolves. It did remind me of Six of Crows. I've heard a lot of comparisons to that. I love the magic system. I love the idea of like forging and having different forging affinities. I love the group. I started having some issues in the Silvered Serpents, and I think this is partially just like, so I personally was rooting for one side of a love triangle, and it looks like it's going to end up being the other side, and I don't really like how that situation was resolved. I don't like the plot through which the like one prong of the love triangle was ruled out. I really don't appreciate the treatment of his character. But overall, I really enjoy this cast of characters, and I'm excited to see how it all wraps up in The Bronzed Beasts. If you haven't read The Gilded Wolves, I'd really recommend giving it a try. I didn't love The Silvered Serpents as much just because of that issue that I just mentioned, but I'm hoping everything ties together nicely in The Bronzed Beasts. 4 books seems a bit ambitious to read for the rest of May, but who knows, maybe I'll get on a kick, maybe I'll be on a roll. I've read I'll Be the One really quickly so far, so maybe I'm just in a reading mood. But the last book that I have from the library is The Silent Patient by Alex Michaelides. I read The Maidens by Alex Michaelides, and I really did not like it. I did not like the twist at the end at all. I felt like the book was very frustrating. So it begs the question, why are you reading The Silent Patient? Because it was really popular for a long time, and I've heard that this is much better than The Maidens, so I'm hoping that I will enjoy it much more than The Maidens and actually have a good time with this. It's about a famous painter who kills her husband and after the fact refuses to speak, and so I guess it's about the mystery of trying to figure out what happened and why it happened. I'm sure there's some kind of twist in there somewhere. I've heard like inklings, I've heard rustlings of some things that are going on, so I feel like I have some ideas, some guesses about the direction in which the book might go, but I'm like totally not sure at all. Hoping to get a lot of reading done in the month of May because I'm going to be very busy in June. I am hoping to participate in a readathon in June. So in June I'm going to participate in the Whateverthon Edition 2 hosted by Maddie at Book Browsing Blog, among other people. I've signed up, I've committed to read 4 books. But I'm really not sure how it's going to go because the #1 item on my TBR in June is going to be an organic chemistry textbook because I am taking Organic Chemistry #1 over the summer, which will be covered in 6.5 weeks, so that will be interesting. I've had some like minor exposure to the organic chemistry material before for OChem 1, so that's why I'm taking that over the summer. I absolutely will not be taking OChem 2 over the summer because that's just too much and I have to take the lab. I already have the lab for OChem 1. This is more information than anyone wants or needs. I'll probably cut it out of the final footage, but I'm talking about it anyway. I will be back to talk about my TBR for June, my official TBR, and hopefully give a little bit of a wrap up about May. Maybe I'll do some reading vlogs in May. I don't know. I want to try to get back into posting videos because I did miss it. I was just super busy for the past year. I was working a full-time job. I was in a foreign country. I was figuring it out. I was going day by day. I was enjoying my time there, and unfortunately I just didn't find time to make any videos. I hope you've enjoyed. If you've watched this, thank you for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye.